No matter how bad the final product turned out to be, every film made was carefully thought out, down to the small, seemingly insignificant details. Everything from props, camera angles and weather conditions to the exact number of extras that fill the stage. After all, no one is going to make a bad movie, and having a clear plan gives the creators a chance for a high-quality final product. But even when everything is planned perfectly, you can never rule out something unexpected. That's what I'll tell you about this unexpected in this video. Do not forget to support the video with likes, and also press the bell to not miss new videos. Let's go! The movie While You Were Sleeping is a funny romantic comedy starring Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman, but most people who remember the movie don't talk about its plot or characters, they only talk about the iconic newsboy scene. This frame is shown at about the 31st minute of the film. In it, a newspaper peddler rides a bicycle, and in general, nothing foreshadowed trouble. But the young man throws a couple of newspapers and falls sharply, as if someone pulled a rope tied to a bicycle. I think everyone who saw this movie thought it was a planned stunt, but in fact this frame was made by accident. As a result, the actor broke his wrist. In Stuart Little, 1999, many scenes take place in the little house, where you can see a picture on the wall in the background. To an ordinary viewer, this picture will not seem special and most likely it will not even be noticed. But for art historian Lee Barca, it became one of the most exciting finds in his career. This is because this fake painting was actually a long-lost masterpiece that disappeared in the 1920s. The filmmakers, unaware of its true value, bought the painting from an antique store at a low price and used it to decorate Little's living room. The painting was eventually sold at auction in the 2014 year for the staggering sum of £182,000 sterling. The children's comedy of 1993, Mr. Nanny, with the participation of the one and only Hulk Hogan, would definitely have sunk into oblivion, if not for a very unusual moment that accidentally hit the screen. During this scene where the Hulk is riding a bike, a man can be seen in the background casually throwing his dog into the water. Hogan doesn't react to this strange sight, and it clearly shouldn't be part of the movie. And yet, almost 30 years have passed, and this fragment is the only thing that is remembered about this film. It's not really clear what the guy is doing with his dog, but I hope he just taught her to swim and everything is fine with her. You can write your own versions of what is happening in the comments. In fact, the job of movie extras is to stand all day and do nothing. It may be necessary to run a little from time to time, but in general it does not seem like a tedious job. Nevertheless, one statistician who participated in the creation of The Last Samurai of 2003 had a much more eventful day than the rest of his colleagues, and not in a good way. In the last third of the film, stars Tom Cruise and Ken Watanabe ride their horses into the middle of a group of soldiers. When Cruise dismounts from his horse, pay attention to the military on the right side of the frame, and you will see how the horse kicks one of them in the balls. Surprisingly, the extra manages to stay on his feet while continuing the rest of the scene. The men will feel his pain. The movie Tornado is an extremely dynamic film, which is not surprising in general, because it was shot by the guy who shot the movie Speed. At about the 55th minute of the film, our tornado hunting heroes make a detour through bumpy off-road terrain, as a result of which they drive through a cornfield. When they come out of this cornfield and find themselves on the road, a truly incomprehensible sight can be seen in a few fleeting shots. The filmmakers accidentally filmed a random naked man who was hiding among the plants. It's extremely difficult to spot him in motion, so most people don't even know he was there. But those who catch a glimpse of him will probably have two questions. Who is he and what the hell is going on here? He clearly shouldn't have been there, and the fact that he appears naked only adds to the confusion. And what curious moments in films do you know? I suggest writing to you about this in the comments, we will talk there. And I have everything for now. Do not forget to support the video with a like, me with a subscription to the channel, and also click on the bell so as not to miss new videos. See you soon.